I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's just my algorithm, but I'm noticing a trend on social media, especially if you're trying to lose weight and you're on that side of social media. And it seems to me like everyone is losing weight very quickly. I see a lot of weight loss transformations, and a lot of them are like very, very like extreme, right? But because there's so much and so many of them, I feel like we've become desensitized. We actually think that that is the new normal. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people. Literally, even last week, I was still one of those people. I'm noticing people post about how they lost, some will say something like how I lost 50 pounds in 3 months. Guys, that's a lot. Or 40 pounds in 2 months, or 60 pounds in 4 months. And I know most of it is supposed to look inspirational. And at first glance, it does look inspirational, right? If you're like me and you're trying to lose weight, for instance, me about a month ago, when the seed was starting to get planted in my brain, that's when my social media algorithm started changing, because I started intentionally looking more for stuff like that, because I was like, I need to feel inspired. I need to see how people are doing, right? For instance, my weight loss goal is 60 pounds, right? And before I went into the social media life, with regards to weight loss, I thought it was going to take me about a full year to 2 years to lose 60 pounds, which is how much almost nearly how much I gained over the past 3, 4 years. I thought there's no way I would get myself back that quickly, like from this, which is why I'm right now, to this. I thought it was going to take a good amount of time and a lot of hard work and effort, right? And I feel like for me, when I was growing up, by the way, I'm 30, weight loss was always something that when someone loses weight and they get in shape, we praise them and we congratulate them and we appreciate them, because we knew how much work it goes into it. It's not something you could just wake up in January and in April you're like, voila, looking amazing. It wasn't something that is very easily attainable. So for instance, there was this saying growing up, I don't know if I can quote it correctly, but it said something like 1 minute on the lips, a lifetime on the hips, something like that. That's just to show how, you know, in those days, weight loss was something that you work really, really hard for. That's why you're better off not even gaining the weight, because it's going to take so much time to lose the weight. But now social media is making it literally, I feel like it's making it seem like it takes more even it like it takes more time to gain than to lose the weight. Because if you're going to lose 30 pounds in like 2 months, or 60 pounds in 4 months, but you put that 60 pounds on over years, then it's like, okay, well, if it's that easy, everybody can do it. And so for me, I don't know, maybe it's my, like I said, maybe it's my algorithm, but I've really, really noticed it, right? And the thing is, when you look at the befores and afters, right, like like you will see like a person looking extremely like different, like completely different person, which is good. Like we all want to get to that point, right? But like in 4 months, and their skin, everything, some of them you see even like abs starting to show and all of that, and you look at the comments and it's a lot of how did you do it, right? And a lot of please give me the plan or this. And some of them actually, I feel like they do it so they can try to make money out of it. And I'm not discrediting anyone who does that, you know what I mean? Who knows, maybe one day I'll be one of those people. But they'll say something like, text me plan if you want to know how I lost 40 pounds in 3 months naturally. Or some of them will even say at home, without gym or without a diet and stuff like that. And I just feel like there's just too much of it, so much so that it's kind of taking the value in how much hard work goes into weight loss out of the whole experience. And now weight loss is just another thing that if you're not losing weight in 4 months, what are you doing with your life? Like everybody's doing it and they end up looking great. And I feel like there's also a very dark side to it. Let me not say very dark, that's pretty extreme, but I feel like there is a side to it. Sorry, I'm trying to see if my microphone is still working. That they also don't disclose. I feel like yes, there are ways to lose that much weight, but not always are they natural. There's Ozempic, there's gastric bypass, there's surgery, there's so much. Literally, a person can go for surgery, spend like 3 months healing, and come out and say, I've lost it naturally. And you honestly would never know unless they tell you. And no one forces anyone to be honest. But the thing is, then people like me take what we see as the single source of truth and we want to apply it to ourselves. I swear to God, I'm sure if you can look at the video I posted 2 weeks ago, I had said I want to lose between 40 to 60 pounds by April. It's January. That's like 3 months. And I genuinely thought it's attainable. And it probably is. But is it healthy? Is it normal? Is it the right way to do it? So I don't know if you guys have noticed it or not, right? And I feel like some of these people, yes, they did it, but there were some sort of unnatural assistance that they got, but they don't disclose it, which I'm not frowning upon that, but the transparency would be really helpful to help people set expectations, right? And it's honestly created this culture of inspiration, but when you look behind it and you look at the comments, because I started consciously looking at them, it's not inspiration, it's pressure. Like I've seen some people who say, oh my gosh, how did you do it? I lost 5 pounds in the last 2 months. I still need to lose 15 pounds. How did you lose yours so quickly? What am I doing wrong? Like I see a lot of people literally in the comments saying, what am I doing wrong? Because now there's this sense of if you're not losing it fast enough, then maybe you're not doing it right. Something that you're doing is not adding up. And like I don't know, it just feels like a lot. And I nearly fell for that trap, I swear to God. But I'm at a space where right now I'm trying to learn and understand the healthier way to do it. And maybe it's not so much about the timeline, which it was for me at the beginning. I was like, by May, which is when my birthday is, I want to be looking my best self and all of that. And it's good to have those ambitions, but also I'm realizing that that pressure is very unnecessary, because here's the thing, if you go into it with that mentality, let's say for instance with me, I wanted to lose 40 pounds in 3 months. That means I need to lose, my math is really bad, maybe 12 pounds a month. When it hits month one, I had already started like 3 weeks ago, then it means next week when I weigh myself, I need to have lost at least 10 pounds. And if I have not lost 10 pounds, I'm going to be demotivated. I'm going to go to social media and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? What am I doing wrong? But what if there's nothing I'm doing wrong? What if that's just how it works? And also, the results vary a lot. That's what I've come to learn. But social media makes it seem like the end result is the same for everybody. It's very rare to find people who are honest enough to say, listen, you might say you want to be 150 pounds, but what someone said it in one of my previous comments and it had me really thinking about it. 150 pounds when you're 24 is not going to be the same as 150 pounds when you're 35. If it is, you've got great genes. But also for it to be the same, you have to work a lot. I feel like, how are you going to attain the same results in 4 months? You know what I mean? And that's the mentality I had. I literally wanted to be like this version of myself in 3 months, exactly to the T. But I'm 30, and I'm aging, unfortunately, and most of us are. And the truth is, I might get to 150 pounds, but it might look completely nothing like this. And when I started looking into it more, I realized that there's also something called loose skin, which maybe I'll go into more detail about it in another episode, because I'm still also trying to understand it. But it seems if you lose weight too rapidly, your skin cannot catch up with the speed at which the weight loss is happening, and it ends up sagging. So if your skin ends up being loose and saggy, how do you end up looking like this in 3 months when already right now I'm like this? Which seems, it's starting to seem like something's starting to not add up. And yes, some people go for surgeries and they remove the loose skin and they come back looking snatched. But if they don't tell you, you are going to think you're going to get the same outcome and results. And if you do not, now you end up with another different issue. And if you're like me and you're very fragile mentally, and it's very easy for you to enter into a deep dark hole, something as simple as 3 months later, either you've lost the weight and now you have loose saggy skin that might be there for the rest of your life, or you've not lost it, you end up now having even more depressive issues in your life just because of an unrealistic standard that social media has set. And maybe going to social media is not the best place to go for such information, but the thing is, the world that we're living in, it's hard to not go to social media and try to draw inspiration from other people's stories. But I'm realizing that not everybody is honest. And also, here's the thing, there's this page that I found, I'm not gonna disclose anything, right? The first video I saw, I had saved it back like probably in November, because I was like, wow, this is amazing. It was someone who was 200 pounds and my height, right? And they had lost like, I think 50 pounds in 3 months. And I was like, I need to reach out to this person, like this is what I want. But then the other day I went back to the page and I started scrolling and looking. I realized it's not a one person page. It's a page that posts transformations of other people. But I swear to God, guys, and maybe I'm just being crazy, those people are AI. Like those people, I was sitting obsessing over it, and they post really extreme transformations. Like a person would be like huge and then in 4 months they slim and they're in a bikini, and I'm like, wow. And it says naturally. But the other day I was looking, like trying to understand, and I'm telling you, something in me was like, these are AI. This is a page where someone is creating what do they call them, AI avatars, and they just say make this person, make them fat and then make them slim, you know what I mean? And they post it, and you know how good AI has become, that you can't even tell the difference between a human being and not a human being, and just a light joke. Even someone said my first video was AI, and I don't blame them. We're good now. But I'm just saying that we need to be careful, because if AI is generating also such, information and posting it at mass, it's really an unrealistic expectation that we get, right? And I'm seeing it so much on social media, especially Instagram. Like when you go to Instagram, it's all about this to that in a short space of time, naturally, not disclosing anything. You know what I mean? No surgery, no nothing, and it's just crazy. I feel like it's just so much. I just thought to record this video just to share the internal conflict that I'm having. And for me personally, I don't even know how long it's going to take. And I'm beginning to realize that maybe it's not about the how long or the when, but it's just about going on the journey. And I think that's sort of where I'm trying to be right now, to say, you know what? I'm just going to wake up every day and show up for myself. I'm going to wake up every day and try to be active, try to eat right. And even the diet culture, my goodness, it's crazy. And I had fallen for that trap. I went on a raw vegan diet. It's crazy. But maybe on another video, because there's just so much to unpack, especially when it comes to the information that we are fed by social media, and how, because there's so much overexposure to information on social media, it's very easy for something that is extreme to end up seeming normal, because you eventually become sensitized to that information so much. So anyways, if you guys have lost weight in a short period of time and it was rapid weight loss, please do share. I would like to just have a conversation with a real human being who genuinely lost 50 pounds in 4 months, and they are toned and slim, and they had no negative side effects, they had no flabby skin, or all of that issues. Because I would really want to understand if it's possible. Of course I want it to, who doesn't? But I'm starting to feel like it's just a whole lot of fluff, or there's a lot of not disclosed truths behind it. And we just need to be very careful with social media. Most of us end up depressed because of realities that don't exist. but only exist on social media, right? And like I said, in the comment sections, you will see women literally saying, how my wedding is in 4 months, or I have a holiday in 4 months, or I've been struggling for 6 months, I only lost 15 pounds. How did you do it? And I'm like, girl, I think 15 pounds in 3 months is pretty good. Don't beat yourself up. And here's the thing, I would have been one of those people. If 3 months comes and I've only lost 15 pounds, I would have been like, what am I doing wrong? So anyways, that's it.